today is Saturday, 2nd of November, and this is the first long run of the first week of marathon training. So here's the rundown. So in February I will be doing the half marathon at Hong Kong Marathon, and then in March I'll be doing the Tokyo Marathon, the full marathon. I really wasn't expecting to actually get into Tokyo, but since I did, well, it's time to really start getting into training now, with the aim that Tokyo is going to be the goal race and Hong Kong acting as a tune-up race. I'm very excited. They're going to be so much fun. I keep saying that I don't have any expectations for races. Well, that's a lie. I don't have big expectations when it comes to races, but I mean, I still want to do well. Well is subjective. I guess well within my ability anyway. So the half in Hong Kong, I'm not actually overly concerned about. I'm fairly confident that I won't have too many issues when it comes to the distance and the race in general. I guess the only thing that is a minor concern and to watch out for is the heat, because Hong Kong gets pretty hot, but I'm going to be staying very well hydrated, and I mean, if I need to, I can always go even slower anyway. So yeah, I'm not overly concerned about Hong Kong. There's also not as much stress when it comes to Hong Kong, because it's a city that I know pretty well. I know the public transport system. I know how to sort out travel and accommodation. I know the course and most of the areas that the course takes us to. I know the start and finish areas and like how to navigate those areas and how to get there and back. I know where to get food and any other stuff that I might need. Plus, I speak the language. So in terms of planning and logistics for Hong Kong, there isn't really anything that would be hugely surprising for me. Now, Tokyo, on the other hand, is a city I don't know. I've never been. I don't know the public transport system. I don't know the start and finish areas and how to navigate them. I don't know where the expo is. I don't know how to navigate all of the different wards of Tokyo. I don't know where to go for food and stuff. Plus, I still need to sort out travel and accommodation and see what options would be best for me, as well as sorting out stuff like mobile data or pocket Wi-Fi, that sort of thing. Plus, I don't speak the language. I can somewhat read Japanese, but what good is being able to read it if I don't understand what I'm reading? I mean, I can take a best guess based on the katakana and the kanji, I can also use my phone to translate text, but speaking wise, like, I don't speak Japanese. I can blurt out the phrases that I know, but what am I going to do when someone replies back to me speaking in Japanese at lightning speed and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what? But yeah, for Tokyo, in terms of planning and logistics, there are a lot of unknowns, and so there's additional stress with that. And when you add that stress while having marathon training, that's not great, because marathon training itself has its own stresses that go along with it. So Tokyo will be my first marathon, and everyone says for advice when it comes to first marathons is that your goal should be to just finish with no time goals, no injuries, and to enjoy yourself. And I agree with that. I agree with that quite a bit. However, Tokyo Marathon is a bit different. Tokyo has pretty strict cut-off points, and they're based on gun time, they're based on time of day. So what it is if you haven't crossed this specific cut-off point by this time of day, then you're done. You're getting swept. DNF. People will come in front of you and close off the course right in front of you, and you're getting taken away in a big yellow bus. And it's a bit worse if you're a slower person, because most likely you're going to be starting quite a bit back, and because of the mass start, it can take a while for you to actually get past the start line. So you might have to start out a bit faster than you'd like to. There's a limit to how slow you can actually start. So yeah, you might have to just start out a bit quicker just to get past those cutoffs. So it's like if the marathon starts at 9:10 a.m. and it might be not until like 9:40 until you actually get past the start line. And if the 5k cutoff is at 10:25, then that means that you have 45 minutes to get past the first 5k cutoff, which isn't actually that bad, but it's still a fair bit less time than if you got to start at the gun time. And I mean, also good luck if you need to go to the bathroom early. Of course, it wouldn't make sense to have like all of the slower people starting earlier, being at the front and getting in everyone's way and creating just a massive bottleneck. But so yeah, it makes sense for them to start further back, but it does mean that slower people have a bit more of a disadvantage. And if your goal is to just finish with no time goals, that's too bad, because now you have time goals, and your time goals are now to race against the cutoffs. Now, the early cutoffs, I'm fairly confident won't be too much of an issue for me. It's not the early cutoffs that I'm overly concerned about. What I'm not confident in are the later cutoffs. Like, what if I just get swept at the 38 kilometre mark, at the 38k cutoff? Like, that's so close to the finish line. That'd be absolutely heartbreaking to get swept at that point. And when you read that that sort of thing has happened to people before, like getting swept at the 38k cutoff point, that's absolutely heartbreaking. And that's when doubt just sets into your mind. Like, early cutoffs will be fine, but will I get swept later, at the later cutoffs, when I'm tired and struggling to keep moving forward? And then there are the many doubts of the actual race itself. Like, what if I start out too fast and not be able to sustain this pace? Will I get my nutrition right? What's this weird feeling in my leg? Is my knee all right? Will I cramp up? Will I hit the wall? Will I shit myself and be removed from the course? Will I accidentally do something that I wasn't supposed to, according to the handbook, and be removed from the course without knowing why? These are all doubts that enter the mind. But I guess with all these doubts, that's what the training will be for, to help us prepare for these situations when they arise, to help us prepare to avoid these situations altogether. There's a fair bit of time for us to prepare our minds and our bodies to make sure that we can do the marathon with as few issues as possible, and for us to enjoy ourselves. See, whenever I have doubts, I just try to relax, slow down, and realise that a lot of these things aren't within my control. And for those things that are within my control, there's still a lot of time to make sure and prepare so that I can control those factors. And if I don't manage to control those factors on race day, that's not a big deal. A disappointment for sure, but as long as I'm alive and healthy, I can always keep moving forward. In any case, my biggest goal is to enjoy the races, enjoy my holiday and travel, and have fun. So I'll probably do these kinds of video updates maybe every once in a while, maybe not every week. And probably some of these videos will be a bit longer than others. Probably just be talking about how training is going, and maybe some other random topic. I've thought about what I'm going to talk about next week, by the way. Spoiler alert, it's about anime. And it's about one of my favourite anime of all time, and it's a running anime. So keeping the topic still relevant. And along with that, I'll also talk about why I run. So I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for watching. I hope everyone stays safe and healthy, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.